Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is the Quinn Spinn. Hey now, and welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all, to a brand new edition of The Quinn Spinn. I'm your host, Quinn. I'm back here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, YouTube, and more for another rousing and riveting installment of the official podcast of Underground Music Collective. You just heard Revel 9's All I've Become. That's been our opening theme song here at the Quinn Spinn since the great year of 2014, and it will be until the very end of days. And very casual today for today's solo mission. Still Thanksgiving weekend. I'm dog sitting, so I'm out of my usual habitats at the moment, but I have the mic and I have my phone and, I'm literally holding it right now, but didn't want to let the week go by, especially not this week of Thanksgiving, without giving you something here. If the pup happens to walk over here and start trying to lick me, that's just going to happen. I'm not going to edit that out, by the way. But it was important to me to get on here today, this week, but today in particular, because as I'm recording this and releasing this today on November 26th, it is 4 years to the date of packing up my car and coming to Nashville. And when I did that, I had nothing. Whatever was in my car, whatever was in my bank account, which was not much, and I had an $11 an hour security job at the Grand Ole Opry and a Lyft sticker on my car to make money and, come down here and slug it out, right? I had two friends in town. I really had very minimal industry connection. It was purely about just coming here and taking a shot. And the reason I did it was because I felt like Nashville had the most of what I needed in any major market. Being the center of the music industry, having the ability to connect this platform, take it beyond its regional beginnings, its local beginnings, and connect it not only to the industry here in Nashville, but everywhere, and provide more opportunities for hardworking people, talented artists, musicians, creatives, and having the ability to have this platform potentially connect them to even larger opportunities. That was really an important part of the decision to come here, and then personally, I came here to give myself a better life, to give myself a better shot to build the platform I wanted to build, and I came here to redefine my life. And in the 4 years since coming to Nashville, that has happened. This city, this industry, my experiences here, the people I've met have forced me to level up, in every way possible, personally, professionally, and it's made me a better person. It's made this platform better being here. And the other night, I was driving up in the area of Opryland, which, again, I started my life here as a security guard at the Grand Ole Opry, and I saw it all lit up for the holidays, and it took me back to that time. It took me back to that time 4 years ago when I came here with absolutely nothing to lose, because there was nothing to lose. And I was so proud of all the growth that's taken place, but also nostalgic for that time. It was such a fun, interesting time, just completely shaking things up, just going for broke. And I was able to reflect on that and everything that's happened since, and really appreciate the journey so far, appreciate all the folks like you that have come into my life, that have come into the life of this platform and become such important parts of it and of my life. And, there was also just this purity, this innocence, as it were, about that time. And what I realized is, through everything that's gone on, all the challenges, the pandemic, the challenges that come with leveling up personally and professionally, that this is still about the same thing that it was when I moved here. It's about connecting this platform to greater opportunities so all who encounter it may benefit. For me personally, it's about leveling up my life. It's about giving myself something that I can be proud of, and that I can continue to build, independently on my terms. It's about my nieces and nephew back home, and showing them that whatever their UMC is, whatever their Quinn Spinn is, and it doesn't have to be music, it doesn't have to be any kind of content creation, but giving them a blueprint, to see this thing created from scratch and think, what can I do? I can create the life that I want. I can create the platform that I want. What do I want that to be? Those were the things that, were all on my mind. Of course, being able to fill up my cup so I could give from that cup and being fulfilled, in the things in the platform and everything that fills that cup, so that I could give happily, so that I could give, and from a place of fulfillment and gratitude. All of these things, were things that I was longing for in 2018. They were things that I didn't quite know during that summer how to accomplish them if I had the capability. And this city and being here not only inspired me to try to find out, but inspires me to keep going, and this time of year always feels full circle, but especially this year, we're on the cusp of what I think are going to be some really fun times here at UMC, here at the Quinn Spinn. I mean, it'll be 5 years in Nashville next year. It'll be 10 years of this show. And to be able to come back to that point of singularity, that point of origin here in this city, and still have that joy, still have that pure feeling about what it means to be here and what I'm doing it for, really fills me up and really makes me excited for the road ahead. And I guess my point here today, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but you can always come full circle. You can always come back to the things that got you going in the first place, that got you moving in this direction. Remembering why you started is so important, because this world, whether it's, what's going on in the world, or interpersonal struggles, whatever, like, it will test you. It will test your mettle, and it will get you second guessing. It will get you doubting. It happens to all of us. Is this the right path? Should I continue this? What am I doing with my life? We all have these questions from time to time, and especially in times of challenge and times of struggle, we wonder if we're doing the right thing, and there's certain feedback I think to take from that, as far as, understanding when something feels like it's not working and making that adjustment. But at the same time, if your mission is still true and it's still true to you, keep on that mission, find a way to make it happen. Even if you have to make those pivots, make those adjustments, there's a way forward, and there's a way to really tap into what brought you to the dance in the first place. And I've had a lot of those moments this week, those moments of gratitude, those moments of reflection, being able to go back to the beginning and remember what that time was like and how inspired I was then, and it inspires me now. And so I just wanted to share that. I don't know if anything I just said makes sense. I hope it does. I'm going to watch this back and listen, but like I said, just real casual, wanted to get in front of you today. I'm grateful to have been in this town for 4 years and to have built what we've built so far, and I'm super excited for year 5. And if you want to help us in year 5, by the way, we have this Underground Rising initiative going on right now at Underground Music Collective. You can donate through the Arts and Business Council. It's tax deductible. They are essentially our stand-in nonprofit, and so it's tax deductible. Any donations to the fullest extent permissible by law. And that helps us grow, and that helps us keep planning and keep investing back into the platform to make it better for you, for the artists, for anybody who comes into contact with us. So if you want to help us this holiday season, you can do that. You can spread the word. Also recruiting some folks from our community to make little videos about UMC and what it's done for them. So you can do all these things to help us continue growing into year 5. I'm super excited for where things are leading. We've got some big stuff cooking up for year 5 in Nashville, as well as year 10 of the Quinn Spinn. So that's what I've got for you today. Again, thank you so much for being on this ride to this point. Just super grateful. And if you want to learn more about the Quinn Spinn, you can do that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, YouTube, and more. 2 N's in Quinn, 2 N's in Spin. Also find us on the socials, Instagram being the main one, at Quinn Spinn Official. You can also learn more about the show at undergroundmusiccollective.com, our central hub for all things independent music, community, and more. And follow UMC on all the socials, as well as the UMC 20 playlist on Spotify. Updated every Tuesday with 20 fresh tracks and the latest episode of this podcast. Nash Live's got some stuff coming up in 2023. Fixing to announce some things very soon, by the way. So nashlive.live or at Nash Live Shows on Instagram. Rebel Nine's all I've become. I'm going to take us out just like it brought us in. I'll see you next time. Lauren Gomez coming back on the show next week, by the way. It's a good one. Hey now.